So Reverie is about a company that makes a fully immersive virtual reality program that basically allows the user to design and build the world of their dreams. You can be somebody else. You can go anywhere you want. You can do anything you want. You can even essentially like bring loved ones back from the dead by using their pictures and posts and videos and things like that. And the problem is it's so good, it's so addictive that people are getting stuck and they're not wanting to come out, which is causing a problem, leaving their bodies in a coma in the real world. And so the company, in order to sort of turn the tide against this, realize they have to do something about this. So they hire a former hostage negotiator named Mara Kint to basically go in and make contact with them and try to pull them out. Yeah, a lot of times people choose to stay because the world inside Reverie is better than the one out here, in their opinion, in that state. And so really, like, her job is to go in and make a connection with this person and to help them work through whatever that thing is that is holding them back from coming back out to the real world. A lot of times we describe it as a show that's really about that distance between want and need. It's like you build the program because you think there's this thing that you want, but there's an underlying need that's being addressed or that's not being addressed. And that's really what Mara does when she comes inside. And so, her goal is to get the person to see, to deal with that thing, to confront those issues. So one of the things that was most exciting to me when I was pitching the show is the opportunity to tell stories of people of all walks of life. How would people from all walks of life use this technology to create the thing that they really wanted to live in? And so episode by episode, we're going to see people from different ages, different ethnicities, male, female, and all the different ways that people use it to address the things that they want, to the wish that they want fulfilled, the fantasy that they want to live out, the thing that they want to be. And then ultimately, like, through that, there's a deeper reveal of what this person is dealing with. And so to me, that was one of the most exciting things about the potential of the show, which is that week to week, you could tell a new story. You could step into a new world with somebody who you could step into a new world with a character and tell this great emotional story about a new person. But the other thing is, along the way, I think we're getting to do something really interesting and really unique, which is we're getting to tell these episodic stories, big, emotional, visual stories that week by week. But then on top of that, there's also this serialized mystery about what's happening to Mara, and it starts at the end of the pilot. Mara comes back home after this intense process, this first intense extraction of this person, Tony Linton from Reverie. She comes home and then sees her niece, who had been killed in this traumatic experience in her past, sees her standing in her apartment. And then the question is that because of the program? Am I just going crazy? What's happening to me? And that's a mystery that we're really able to tell over the whole course of the season. There's a mystery at the heart of every episode, which is, who is this person? Why did they get stuck? And that's really part of the job of the episode, and part of Mara and the team is really digging into this person and figuring out what is it that's keeping them inside, and that really exists in both realms. Like, she'll go into Reverie and she will discover things about them there that she'll take back to the real world, and vice versa. There are things that she'll find out in the real world and take back into Reverie, and so there's this constant interplay between reality and virtual reality, and the fact that the program can unearth these things sometimes, things that you may not even be aware of, that the program will bring them to light. And so to me, that's one of the really fun hallmarks of the show, is that there's this little element of mystery and surprise. One of the other things about when Mara steps into Reverie is the idea that anything could be behind the next door. That because you build these virtual environments, and they're not based in, they're based in real spaces, but they're not tied to the limits of regular geography. So she could step through one door and be in a hotel, pass through another door and be in Chinatown, pass through another and be in an elevator, pass through another and be on a terrace overlooking San Francisco. And so to me, that's part of the fun of the show, is that anything could be behind the door.